Hello.
Thank you for making this time. And would you please introduce yourself and your school briefly?
Sure. Well, my name's Amy Jolly. I am the head of Applewild School, and I've had the privilege of leading this wonderful school for the last 7 years. We are located in north central Massachusetts, so it's in the Boston area. So it's possible to land at Logan International Airport and be on our campus in 1 hour.
Okay. What grades of students enroll in your school?
So our school, we are a prep school. So we start in preschool and we go to 9th grade. We are also a junior boarding school, which means we accept students to live with us in a residential program for grades 4 through 9. Now what's significant there is that we do not have anyone older than 15 on our campus. So at Applewild, you're working on yourself. You're not worried about having a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Okay. And currently, how many Korean students do you have?
Right now we have 2, one in I believe 6th grade and one in 9th grade.
Girls, boys?
A girl and a boy.
Okay. And do you know, for senior boarding school, what schools your students get in?
Oh,
usually?
well, one of the reasons families choose Applewild is our secondary school process.
Yes.
There are 4 of us that advise our students. So myself, my associate head of school, our dean of students, and our director of residential life. We each take a small group of students and we work one-on-one with the student and with their family. And we identify the list of schools they're going to apply to. We practice interviewing. We also help them write their essays for their application. And once their applications go in, we advise them, and that's a really important part of the process, and we advocate for our students as well with the secondary schools. Our students go to a wide range of secondary schools, and it depends on the student and their individual goals. But I think the top schools we send students to would be, given our location, Cushing Academy, Groton School, but certainly Andover, Winchendon, Dublin, Lawrence Academy, but also like the Webb School in California and Westtown School in Pennsylvania. We've placed students there for the last 2 years. So it depends on each student, and I want to stress that it's an individual process.
So you help them finding schools fit for each student, right?
Right. We also help them place in a way that is authentic to them. So, there are a lot of students that have really strong test scores. And in fact, I had an advisee who was actually from Korea a couple of years ago. And he had, I think, the 98th or 99th percentile SSAT, really strong TOEFL. He was a lovely boy, but he was not athletic and he was really not an artist. And he was sort of a boy. So we got together with him and we said, what are your interests? What are your passions? And he was very into computer science and engineering, and he loved STEM things. And we also knew that he was a very kind boy, that he really cared about the community. So we worked with him to develop a few lessons in engineering that he went and actually taught to our kindergarten class. And what was fabulous about that was he could talk about that in his interviews, his secondary school interviews, and it really highlighted who he was as a person. He's a boy who would be wonderful in any of these boarding schools, but we had to find a way to show that. So we work with each student to help them figure that out.
Okay, so you have many activities and opportunities for students to have new experiences, right?
Right. So of course we have sports, and of course we have arts, and those are things that any good school is going to have in the caliber of schools that we're in. What makes Applewild special is that we really care about a student's agency. We believe that they should have some choice in their academics. So in the 7th grade, our students take a class on that's pre-professional opportunities. So again, we're exposing them to different choices for their adult life. So they're taking a forensic science class, a diplomacy class, diplomacy and statecraft, an introduction to law, an introduction to architecture. And students learn to imagine new possibilities for themselves. In our 8th and 9th grade, students choose an elective each semester on top of their regular curriculum. And this is a passion topic that each teacher chooses to offer. And they change every trimester. So we've recently had classes on the Titanic, or on the history of street art, or on cryptology. And again, students are choosing this, and they're seeing their teacher's passion, and that just, it inspires them to work really hard in school. We also have an in-school club program that students are required to do. And again, on the secondary school application, one of the questions is, what clubs are you involved in? So we make sure that our students have ample opportunity to look at lots of different clubs, and they have to pick 2 every trimester. One is service related, so giving back to the community, and the second one is an interest program. So it might be board games, it might be, oh goodness, you know, a cappella singing, or we've had so many different kinds, I can't even think of them offhand. And that often drives interest even outside of that. So in the dorm, there's a group of girls who have really gotten into sewing and needlecraft. So there's some sewing machines now in the common room, and they're knitting. So it's just really exciting to see students develop interests that they never thought they would have.
Yes, and I think all of those are the reason why students choose Applewilded over other junior boarding school.
Absolutely.
Yes. So if you want to say something to students considering a few schools, can you tell them anything to choose Applewilded?
Sure. Well, of course, our dynamic academic
Yes,
program
of course.
first is the choice to choose Applewild. But the second reason you might want to think about it is we're 15 minutes rather from a ski mountain. And every Friday, we all get on a bus and we go to the ski mountain. And students take lessons either in ski boarding or snowboarding. And it's just like really fun, and it's a great way to build community connections. We also have brand new dormitories, so we just invested heavily in that. So you want, you know, lovely place to live. Applewild's physical plant, our facilities are really top notch. And actually on that vein, we are opening a new 50,000 square foot athletic and wellness center next fall. And we will have an indoor pool and 2 new gymnasiums and squash courts. So for students who like racket sports, it's a great place to be.
Okay. Thank you for all of your answers, and I hope Korean students could have their future in Applewilded.
Oh, we love our Korean students, and what I would tell mothers and fathers who are looking at this is that at Applewild, the other reason to choose us is we will care for your child like you're our own.
That's right.
Okay?
Okay.
So we take that responsibility very seriously, and we truly do love our students.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Thank you.